what is Gaza? So here you've got what is sort of claimed by Palestinian groups to be Palestine. Okay, here's Gaza in red. On the right is the West Bank, as we'll see in a second. You can see that Gaza is really not a large area, 141 square miles, but it's pretty dense in population, nearly 2.5 million people in the Gaza Strip. It has been occupied by Israel since 1967, the Six-Day War, which we will talk about. Though occupied at the moment, it certainly is sort of full of Israeli troops. Technically, even though they heavily controlled Gaza, so goods coming in, people coming out, and things like this, since 2005, Israel technically withdrew military forces from the ground in 2005, even though there was still they left a blockade on the Gaza Strip from 2007. So now we're on to the West Bank, which, as you can see, is a lot larger. So Gaza, 141 square miles, the West Bank, over 2,000 square miles, so much larger area, but a relatively similar population, more widely dispersed. And unlike Gaza, which has a very small number of Israeli settlers, the West Bank has over 500,000 Israeli settlers, and we'll talk a little bit about that in these lectures. However, it's worth noting that most of those 220,000 of them live in East Jerusalem, and Jerusalem recently has been recognized by Donald Trump as the capital of Israel, and Israel, or at least the more Zionist or conservative elements of Israeli politics, certainly believe that Jerusalem is a Jewish city, or an Israeli city. Okay, so this is an extraordinarily complex issue and situation. So no one, I don't think, is expecting you to understand all of this, and I don't think you need to for this essay prize. But what it does do is it shows the need for nuance here, and it shows the need for being very careful in your answers to not say sort of simple sweeping statements. Okay, because the situation is extremely complicated. So this is literally just from Wikipedia, but it is broadly accurate, and it is a table that actually is one of the best I've seen in terms of showing the complexity, because not only are different areas, well, you'll see if we go through it. So the area of the Gaza Strip, let's say, for example, it is administered by, even though it's technically occupied by and blockaded by Israel, it is administered by the Palestinian National Authority. But Hamas won a landslide election there after 2005, and therefore it's been really under the control of Hamas for some years now. Then it is recognized by the Oslo II Accord in 1995, which we will talk about. However, the state of Palestine claimed sovereignty of it, and 139 UN member states acknowledged that.